All right, all right, all right. Since we are live, let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig? Yes, indeed. Y'all come on in the building. Yes, indeed. Let me see here. Give me a second here. Let me get my stuff situated. 1 second here. Make sure everything is everything. All right, y'all get the likes up. Smash that like button. Bro, I got some dedicated haters, bro. We 1 minute in, and I already got people hitting the dislike button. I just looked at my bro. Some of y'all dudes get up in the morning just with hate in your heart. You know what I'm saying? That stuff gonna make you meet your demise early in life, man. You gotta find something to make you happy, man. Find something to bring peace and joy to your life. Don't wake up every day with the mission of hating 78, bro. Don't make that your mission in life. You know what I'm saying? And y'all some secret haters too, because you don't leave you probably leaving positive comments and hitting the dislike button just to be doing it. Secret haters. But anyway, let me scroll up and see who we got in the building. Let's see who we got in the building. We got Jalen Hudson is in the building. Rick Blackwell, Insane Talk is in the building. Powerhouse Watson, what it do? TY Boxing 02 is in the building. Mark Hairston. We got Coach 67 Sports TV, Young World, Stormy B-Man and Sensei, Shogun 76, the Brothers UK, Rod Neal, KBGJ is in the building. Mr. Make 'em Sick is in here. Stephen L. Mizak, my brother Drew Titan LLC is in the building. What it do, Drew? Anwar Willis, Sniper in the building. The lovely sister Shawa is in the building. Tamir Ali, my brother Joe Towns is coming through standing on LDBC business, you dig? CT Fat Boy, Big Cheese in the building. HC Boxing. Let me see here. We got King Strict, Aaron Percy up in here. Sheldon LDBC Enough and Reloaded in the building. I Am Waffles. Let me see here. We got Kevin Hill, Will Sinclair. What it do, brother? Pablo Escobar. Kawi Elliott. Salute. Earl Fury. Miracle Taz, Manadon 23, Bush Baby Boxing, Lacey the Great, MJ Total Health and Wellness Enrichment, Hen Dog, the Fearless One, Kai the Face Stealer, Perfect Black, what's happening with it? Cedric Trailer. We got TC the Crisis, J Main. Let me see here. Charles Coleman. Mind the Master Musa, what it do? Justin Jacobs, Jason. Salute to the brother coming here, Nada 86 coming through early with the 5-piece. Thank you, good brother. Says salute, general, salute to the mighty LDBC. Yes, sir. Shamar, Rashawn Shalom, salute. Rashad Livingston, Elbow, Vernon Thompson. Anthony Bolton is in the building. Craig L, what's happening? What's happening, y'all? Get them likes all the way up, ladies and gents. Get the likes all the way up. All right, let's go and talk about it, y'all. Let's go and talk about it. What's up, Shay Girl 885 in the building? All right, now look, y'all. So we got some good news, man. We got some good news going on, circulating around boxing circles, man. We got some good news, man, that I'm pumped up about. You know what I mean? Anytime we get to see some good fights or the potential for some good fights, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? And let's go ahead and look. Let's look and see what's been going on the social media side of things. Trill Bill Haney took to Twitter. He said, they say everything except let's fight. All right? He came back. He says, I'm on the job looking for this tough guy named Brian Norman Jr. If you see him or his dad, tell them Devin Haney is looking for him with a bag. right? Then Bill come back and say, the same deal you wanted for Boots, will you take for the Dream? So Bill is saying he's offering Brian Norman Jr. and his team the same deal that they wanted to fight Boots. That Boots didn't want to pay them. He's saying Bill is saying that they'll pay them if it was like what $300,000 difference or something like that. How much money was that? They wanted $2.5 million or something, or $2 million. What was it that the Normans wanted that Boots didn't want to pay? Bill and them is saying that they'll pay that. All right, which is dope, which is super dope. Oh, okay. This. I'm gonna go to this one. This is I'm gonna go to Brian Norman first. Brian Norman said in response to Bill, he says, "You don't have to look for nobody. I'll pull up to you too. I'll pull up to y'all too." Okay, so that's good feedback. We're getting some good feedback going on from the two young warriors. Then we got here because remember earlier, I think it was like last week or something. Devin said that he thought Brian Norman was cloud chasing him, right? And he said Brian Norman was ASS. So after Brian Norman put on the knockout, the brutal knockout of Sukiyaki Hop Saki Su, sock it to me, then he socked it to you, and he knocked dude out unconscious. And then now they talking about dude woke up and couldn't remember the last 6 weeks of his training. He couldn't remember what happened in 6. That's some dangerous stuff. So Devin said, well, maybe this dude ain't as ASS as I thought he was. See what I'm saying? So these guys, it's looking like we might have us a fight, y'all. It's looking like we might have us. It's looking like we might have us a battle of young lions. A battle of young lions. Now, y'all know I like both of these camps. I like both fathers, I like both fighters. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they're willing to fight each other, is unbelievable at this stage of their careers. It's unbelievable. Young World in the super chat with that with the 20 piece. Appreciate the support, good brother. Thank you, sir. He says it's amazing how Devin is a shot fighter with PTSD and has his manager literally hunting all the top contenders. He says we've never seen anything like this, ladies and gents. Hashtag LWC. Yeah, for sure, man. It's crazy, man. They say Devin got PTSD. They say he, all this stuff, and he a runner and all this stuff. But the kid is out here trying to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, nobody wants to fight Brian Norman Jr. if you got good sense, right? Devin, he ain't got good sense. Devin wants to smoke. See what I'm saying? Devin is the pull-up king. He wants to smoke. He not thinking rational, like, oh no, I ain't gonna fight him. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna stall this one out for about 3 years. You know how the other boxers think. He don't do that. And this is why people hate Devin Haney. I'm telling you right now. This is why people hate Devin Haney. What's up, beautiful brown sugar Tay in the building? What's up, Marcus? This is why people hate Devin Haney, because he does stuff like this. And if he can do it, there's no excuse for why your favorite fighter can't do it. You know what I'm saying? This is just unbelievable. I'm in awe right now. I'm in awe. Because the Haneys put out the list that they had. Let me what's up, CJ Robinson? What it do? Let me go to this list. I think I still got it up here. Yeah. The Haneys put out the list that they had, the hit list. Devin Haney versus everybody. It says Teofimo Lopez was at the top of the list. Teo don't want to smoke. He ducked in front of the whole world. Everybody gave him a pass, which is something just unbelievable, bro. I swear I don't want to hear nothing about Devin ducking nobody. I don't want to hear nothing about anybody I like. I don't want to hear nothing about them ducking. Because I just watched the entire boxing community give Teofimo Lopez a complete pass for ducking Devin Haney, right? There's no smoke, period, right? There's not a million videos and memes being made about Teo being a duck, okay? Now, Shakur, I'm not really sweating Shakur right now because I know he got the fight coming up with Zepeda. So he got his situation with Zepeda. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm just so over, dude. I don't care what he does and whatever, man. So we know he ain't finna fight nobody. Shakur Stevenson said something yesterday about Tank, and Tank fans was in an uproar. Like, bro, Shakur Stevenson was doing an interview, and they asked him about fighting Tank, and Shakur was like, man, I'm tired of chasing that dude, man. That dude act like he a little girl or something. Like, if you call him out, then he get mad and stuff like that. He act like you clout chasing him or you using his name. So I'm just tired of talking about him. And then, bro, the comment section is full of Tank fans, like dragging Shakur. Oh, shut up, man. I'm like, wow, man, this is unbelievable, man. This is why they hate Devin, though. Because see how Tank move, and look how Devin move now. Devin is talking about fighting Brian Norman Jr., okay? Now, that's a fight that any of these other dudes wouldn't take for 5 years. You see what I'm saying? But Devin ain't get no credit for it. So anyway, we know Tank ain't finna fight anybody. Jerron Boots Ennis, he turned down the Devin Haney fight and the Brian Norman Jr. fight. And he turned down the Teofimo Lopez fight. So that's on Boots, man. I mean, it is what it is. That's at 154. He at 154 now. And then Brian Norman Jr. is 5 on the list. He's 5 on the list, right? Now, and now look who's underneath Brian Norman Jr. It's Mario Barrios, okay? Mario Barrios is finna fight Manny Pacquiao, of course. And, you know, that fight getting a lot of hype right now. A lot of people rooting for Pacquiao. Me personally, I'm rooting for Mario Barrios to win the fight. Because I just, you know, Pacquiao, I got a lot of love for Pacquiao throughout his career. Legendary fighter and all that kind of stuff, man. But I don't got time to be playing with Pacquiao, bro. Pacquiao is picking and choosing. He wants to fight Barrios because Pacquiao got this thing in his head. It's the old boxing. He's Mexican. Mario Barrios is flat-footed. He stands in front of you. And the old Pacquiao would destroy a fighter like that. Can he do it now? I don't know. But I'll be rooting for Barrios against Pacquiao on that one. You know, I don't know, man. It'd be different if I knew Pacquiao was going to, like, try to be undisputed or something. Like, you know, he said, all right, I'm going to fight Barrios. Then I want to fight, you know what I'm saying, the other champions and stuff. But I just think Pacquiao going to weasel his way out of any type of competition with guys. He don't like certain styles, right? I know Pacquiao not going to fight Devin Haney. I know that, you know what I'm saying, because he didn't want to fight Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And then he's still crying about the Mayweather fight, talking about Floyd. Floyd, you know, he's Floyd just running. He's just running in the ring. He's just running, and it makes for a boring fight because he's just running in the ring. Like, shut up, Pacquiao, man. Nobody got time for this, bro. You was in the ring with the dude, and you could have took his head off if he was right there in front of you many different times. Could have took his head off. So I'll be rooting for Barrios. I think Barrios is young, and Barrios, I think we have a better shot at seeing undisputed if Barrios wins, because Barrios is going to be willing to fight the other guys, I think. What's up with the Coach Hudson in the building? What to do, Coach? What's up, Cano Loco? Then we got Keyshawn Davis is on the list. That ain't going to happen. Keyshawn, I think he going to move up to like 140 or something, but he ain't finna fight no Devin Haney. Keyshawn be doing a lot of talking, bro, low-key. And Keyshawn got a lot of excuses not to be fighting people, if y'all noticed that. Or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe y'all can educate me. But Keyshawn, like, what happened with Keyshawn versus Andy Cruz? I mean, that's a good fight, and yeah, they got history. Why Keyshawn ain't never fight Andy Cruz? And then Keyshawn was supposed to fight Frank Martin, and then that he talking about no, the Frank Martin, and then he talking about Abdullah Mason, but then you talking about you wanted to fight Abdullah Mason, you claim, but then you knew you wasn't finna be able to make 135 no more. That was your last fight. I don't know what's up with Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn a little bit kind of cappy, man. He kind of cappy. What's up with it? JC Storyteller in the building. Now Rolly is another one. All right, Rolly fought Ryan Garcia. I don't give him a lot of credit for it, but fine, he fought Ryan. But the reason why I say I don't give him a lot of credit for it is because Ryan, this dude Drew was wild. But you want to edit that one, Drew. You might want to edit that one before when them weirdos hit you with YouTube, man, because they gonna hold that against you. They don't care if you're black. Trust me, they pick and choose when what they want to do. If I was you, I'd edit that one, Drew. But Rolly willingly fought. He willingly fought Ryan Garcia, right? Fought Tank Davis, right? But Rolly has openly said several times that he's. Which say Stephen X says Rolly tweeted yesterday he got baptized. He won't be fighting Devin. He says he might become a preacher instead. See, that's what I was going to say. I didn't see that part, but Rolly has said a few times that he's not interested in fighting Devin. He keeps like rolling his eyes whenever somebody bring the fight up. I'm like, bruh, like what? I don't get it. Like I just don't get these dudes, man. They talk a good game, but then when it was time to fight, don't nobody want to fight. So Rolly, he got the belt. You know, I don't know if they're gonna elevate him to the full WBA champion now that Boots has retired. I mean, not retired, but went to 154. I don't know how they're gonna do that with Rolly, but I'm sure Pacquiao, if he beats Barrios, Pacquiao would love to fight Rolly Romero. I'm telling you, they're gonna hype that one up like that's the Super Bowl or something. The OG Mr. Mott is in the super chat with that 5-piece. Appreciate the love. He said it's best that Barrios wins because if Pacquiao wins, he's gonna do whatever he want for however long. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Yep. Pacquiao gonna be a problem, man, and ain't nobody gonna pressure him to do nothing. The only good thing about the he said, "Nah, OG, PBC and Tank taking what? Oh, taking the welterweight title. Tank ain't finna move up to welterweight. Tank is not moving up to welterweight, bro. Not even to fight Rolly. Y'all got a lot of faith in Tank Davis, bro. Y'all got a lot of faith in Tank. Tank is not moving to 147 to fight no Rolly. No way, no how." Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. What to do, young Abel? Appreciate the super chat. He said, "Good morning, 78 in chat. Close to the month away from Vegas." He says, "I'm looking forward to all the smoke on the hardwood. Salute, salute." Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all get your LWC meet and greet tickets, man. Let me put that link back in the chat and put it in the last few videos. If you're going, get your tickets, get it out the way so we know roundabouts who's going to be there, so we're not wasting a ridiculous amount of money overextending ourselves for people who ain't going to be there. Let me see here. Where we at? Come on, man. Here you go. There we go. Curtis Anthony, Brian Norman, and Devin Haney have never fought. So how did he said Haney been exposed? Norman beat him. No, unless you're from another country, you know, you got the words mixed up. Norman and Devin have never fought yet. They're trying to make the fight happen. Carolina Slim, what's happening with it? Let me pin this meet and greet link to the chat. Let me pin that up in the chat. Okay. 1 second. Y'all get them likes all the way up, ladies and gentlemen. We need over 300 likes in the building. Can we get 300 likes in the building? Easiest thing you're going to do all day is hit that like button. Easiest thing you're going to do all day. All right. What's up, Woke? All right. So now, let me see what else we got up in here. After Rolly got Conor Benn. Conor Benn is gonna fight Eubank in a rematch. So Conor Benn he not gonna be available. I think he's gonna fight Eubank in a rematch for some more buku dollars. So the realistic options right now for Devin is Brian Norman Jr. Um, um, and maybe some of the other guys from the IBF rankings that we were talking about yesterday. Yeah, maybe that's Norman or but see the thing is I heard Brian Norman's manager. I heard Brian Norman's manager on the Boxing Voice yesterday. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. And I heard him say, I can't remember his name. No disrespect, I can't remember his name, but he said that they want to see what happens. They're going to wait and see what happens for the Pacquiao Barrios fight. What happens with that fight, and before they make any decisions. That's what he said. Now, I figured that would be the move. I think Pacquiao Barrios winner. You gotta see what they want to do, because if it's Pacquiao, everybody gonna want that Pacquiao. Everybody gonna want that Pacquiao payday, or just to be Pacquiao name on their resume. I understand the move that they're trying to make with that situation, but sometimes you can't. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get up in the have the fight done. Have an agreement set in place between Devin and Brian Norman. So that way you got Devin Haney's a name. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney. Then I seen Bill and Brian Norman Sr. on the Boxing Voice later on, where they had some words. You know what I'm saying? Because Bill said, "Look, we the only ones who calling y'all out, who want to fight y'all right now. Everybody else ducking you." And Brian Norman Sr. seemed to have took issue with that. I think he misunderstood what Bill was saying. I think he thought Bill was trying to son him or something like we doing y'all a favor or something. And this is why I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Ego can mess up a lot of fights, bro. How you talk to people, like especially with black men, like because of the stuff that we done been through historically, bro. We always on edge when talking to each other. We're always on edge, and we always waiting on the slightest thing that we can interpret as disrespect, but sometimes it ain't disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully Brian Norman Jr. and Devin can get a fight done. That'd be dope. I love to support it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna back that fight 120%. I'm gonna do videos about it every day. I'm gonna push that joker like it's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, period. You know what I'm saying? That's the one. You know what I mean? That's the one. Bookie Allen, what to do? Salute. What's up, Vincent Williams? Y'all get them likes over 300, y'all. We got 300 some people in the building. Let's get the likes over 300. Let the likes match the views. Now, with all that being said, at welterweight is wide open. Brian Norman Jr. is young. He's strong. He's powerful. He's destructive. You know what I'm saying? He got dynamite in both hands. Very heavy-handed. If he touch you, he can put you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? He proved that through his other victories. You got Devin Haney, who's the excellent outboxer. Has many different styles he can use. You know what I'm saying? He can box from the outside. He can stand in front of you and walk you down. Right? He can do a lot of different things. So this is going to be a clash of styles, and this is going to be a battle of wit and determination to see can Devin avoid getting hit, and if he does get hit with a clean shot by Brian Norman Jr., what happens then? Does he take the punch Does he get back up? What's you know what I'm saying? Does he get dropped? All these type of questions gonna have to be answered. You know what I mean? Will Brian Norman Jr. be too over anxious? You know what I'm saying? Will he blow his shoot his wide? You know what I'm saying? Too early, trying to get rid of Devin. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things you can it's a lot of different things you can ways you can look at this fight. And I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about it. Cause right now, ain't nobody raising their hand to fight Devin, man. Everybody look like they're scared to fight him. And then you got Lil Richardson. He wasn't even on the list, but he an honorary member. He jump in there talking crazy like he want to fight Dev. Then we find out that's clout chasing. We find out that Lil Richardson, he don't even want to fight. He talking about doing it at 140. Like, what are you talking about? How you gonna call out a dude who at 147 and then say, let's do it at 140? Man, cut it out. Cut it out. So yeah, Africa don't want to smoke. Hey, Wavy 09, what's happening with it? Yeah, Apartheid Hitchison. Yeah, he don't want no smoke. He ain't on it. Matter of fact, let me call Bill. Let me see what Bill doing right now. Let me call Bill and see if he got some he got anything going to people. Let me see. Might be shaking and moving out there.
General.
What's up, Bill? Hey, I'm live right now, Bill.
Absolutely, man. Live like we gotta be, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and everybody in the chat and everybody that might be listening in syndication worldwide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Bill, let the people know what's going on, man. They say you in the daylight with a flashlight looking for the Normans, man.
Well, I mean, it's not just the Norman. You're talking about Brian Norman Jr., a guy that has a left hook from hell that had created hysteria in boxing. And then we act like it's a mystery that Devin Haney is looking for him because he was looking for the big bad boogeyman that we know him to be in Jerron Ennis. I mean, he searched for him. He looked for him. He said what he would need it to take. And I said, well, hell, man, you know what I mean? What a great time you have. Because would you take the same thing that you wanted for Jerron Boots Ennis for Devin Haney in November?
Oh, November.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, y'all trying to, so y'all are willing to make the fight happen next for the same money he wanted for Boots.
Yes, I mean, well, listen, he said what he wanted. He said what a good deal, a great deal is to fight the boogeyman who Boots is. So instead of arguing and going back and forth about what you should have got from them and what you could have got and all that, I asked him, will he take what he wanted? Because he said Boots ran from it. So if somebody gave it to you, would you want to fight Devin Haney? That somebody happens to be me.
Right. Yes, indeed. So
you know what I mean? We counted it up, looked at it and everything. And I mean, what do you want to drop off? It could be put in an escrow account.
Okay. Yeah, y'all can just send. I'll be the escrow. I'll hold on to the millions. Just send it to me, you know.
Yeah. We listen. No, 7-8. You know, you can hold on to a couple as well. So we're gonna send a couple put on there for them, and then a couple put in there for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This how big this thing is, you know, and it's gonna keep on growing because of the commitment that we have to the people, the commitment we have to our work ethic, the commitment we have to our craft. Period.
Yes, sir. Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, people in the chat asking Bill, Sister Shower want to know what y'all thinking about if the fight does happen. What y'all think about location? Y'all got some? What y'all think about Atlanta or overseas?
Well, that's the thing about Devin And that's the thing about Brian Norman. Brian Norman has proved that he will go, and he said that he would go to Philly to fight Devin. Well, I mean, to fight Boots Ennis. He would go to Philly. I mean, he went to Japan. He's been to San Diego. I mean, you know, he's been around. So is Devin. You know,
right.
That's not the distraction or a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Coming to an understanding that you will take the same thing that you was running around this motherfucker hunting for Boots for. Will you take it for Devin Haney?
Okay, no doubt. Good question, fair question. Money on the table. Yes, yeah. Indeed. So
and listen, and everybody over here is having money. So you get what I'm saying? Let's not make this. You know what I mean? No pissing contest.
Right. No doubt.
All right.
Now I got one more question for you. I'll let you go, Bill.
Yes.
I heard on the Boxing Voice last night. I heard Brian Norman's manager. I think that's his manager. I believe he said that they was gonna wait on a Pacquiao Barrios fight.
Listen, we know the top ranking Bob Arum. They call all the shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think Brian Norman spoke, and he spoke for the first time I know of someone that's speaking up and saying they're in control and they make the fights happen. I mean, if that be true, then I am speaking to him. And I'm saying that the public and the people and everybody outcry was for you to get the money that you was hunting the boogeyman about. So if you get that money, right, you know, can you go in November?
Right. No doubt. Good stuff.
All right. There ain't no big old rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney versus everybody, man. You know what I mean? It was then, it's now, and that's the way it's gonna stay. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Shout out to that mighty LDBC. You did?
Yes, sir.
We in this thing.
All right, my brother. Salute. Peace, brother. That's Trill Bill Haney. You heard what the man had to say. I think that was plain as day. He didn't mix no words up. I think he let it out there be known very clearly. You know what I'm saying? He let it be known very clear. So, you know what I mean? That fight can happen, y'all. That fight can happen. Mm-hmm. That fight can happen. Going down. Yeah, man. That's the energy you got to have in this game, man. It's the energy you got to have, man, because you know Brian Norman Jr., man. I mean, that ain't no walk in the park. But you know, DHP looking for the smoke. They want it. Remember they wanted the smoke with Gary Russells. Remember they wanted to smoke with Gary Russell now. Mahari say Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney is a better fight than Tank and Devin. Yeah, it is. It's more dangerous for Devin because I mean, contrary to what everybody else believe, I think Devin dog walk Tank to the point where it's embarrassing. I think Tank get frustrated, start kicking and biting in the ring and all kind of weird stuff. See what he did to Lamont Roach. Tried to bite him. Tried to bite the man on his neck. Tank forgot he was in the boxing ring. Thought he was in that bed wrestling. You know how Tank be wrestling in the bed allegedly. Tank tried to bite that man on his neck. Let me see here. He said, if Norman is busy, get the Geo fight. Who's the Geo? You talking about Tio? Who you talking about? San Diego? Andre Toppin Jr. in that super chat with the 2-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. He says, what up, 78? OKC all day. We're the champions. Hey, man, shout out to OKC. Shout out to y'all boys, man. Did y'all thing. Hopefully we can see y'all next year. The Bucks, hopefully we can get there. It's wide open for the East next year. The Boston Celtics ain't going to be the same. Indiana Pacers ain't going to be the same without Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? The Bucks, you know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna be better, man, because Dame he a beast, but if we can re-sign Kevin Porter Jr. and our guys, man, I think we'll be all right. So Giovanni. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me go to Ring TV. Let me go to let me go to share my screen and go to the Ring. See if I can find him. All right, let's see here. All right, let's get to it. Share my screen. Let's go and look. All right, let's see. Rankings. WBC rankings for welterweight. We know we got Devin is number one after Barrios is the champion. Devin is number one. Old boy from the UK. Connor Ben. All right, boy, you talking about ain't ranked in WBC. Let me see for the WBA. Or WBO, I should say. WBO, we got Brian Norman Jr. champion. Rocha. Sukiyaki Hasaki Su. Soccer to me, then soccer to you. Then we got I don't see the guy you talking about, man. Let me go to IBF. All right, Boots gave up his belt, so somebody gonna have to fight Crocker. Somebody gonna have to fight Lewis Crocker, man, because I got a feeling WBO they're gonna give Crocker that belt, man. I'm telling you, somebody gotta go put hands on Crocker, because he gonna get that belt. Man, I don't see this dude. Where is this dude? Is he even at 147? Who's the dude y'all talking about? The Giovanni cat? I heard his name before. I just can't picture him. Can't picture him fighting. What ranking is Giovanni in? Oh, okay. They both promoted by Top Rank. Yeah, I can't remember the dude, man. Oh, Giovanni, the one who Brian Norman beat up last year. Okay. Yeah, but this that's cool though. This is a good scrap. Whatever happened, happened. Man, I'm with the Brian Norman and Devin Haney fight. I'm with the whatever happens, man. I'm here to support it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to rocking on out. I'm here to rock with it. You know what I mean? Get it cracking. Y'all get them likes all the way up, ladies and gentlemen. We need well over 300 likes in the building. Share the video. The likes is looking quite disgusting. 1 second here, yeah. There we go. Here we go. King of Bounce says Little Richard, Tutti Frutti, Cloud Chaser. Yeah, and we already know dude ain't finna fight nobody. Richard Hitchens. Richard Hitchens is now he cloud chasing. That dude cloud chasing. City Trailer said I don't want it to turn into the Gary situation with back and forth online. Won't fight without the shenanigans. Yeah, I want it to be a good fight too. But the reason why the Gary Russell Jr. and Team Haney thing turned into a bunch of nonsense is because outside influences was instigating it, who didn't want to see the fight. They didn't want the LDBC to make that fight, so they started sabotaging the event and stuff like that. Talking crazy in videos, saying why Gary Russell shouldn't take the fight, and just being ridiculous. Hold on 1 second. Trail Bill.
7-8.
Yo, Bill, I'm back on. You on?
No, put me back on live.
Yeah. You on? You on now?
Okay, listen. Let me tell you this: the narrative that they trying to say about Bud that he ain't fought nobody. Well, nobody is going to be able to say that Devin ain't fought elite competition when he brought back undisputed at 135 pounds and didn't have to defend against Lomachenko, the guy they described as the Matrix, the guy that's hard to figure out. The guy's only hope was to become undisputed.
Right.
The guy that didn't have any injuries. He had no injuries.
Right.
Nor did we cheat him, nor did we throw low blows, nor did we do any of that. We brought undisputed to Bob Arum's backyard, where he's the strongest with top rank, and gave them action at it.
Most definitely.
So when you talk about the legacy running supreme, and you talk about the paydays, and you talk about all that, I mean, people stay consistent. Mm-hmm. I said, if you're going to say that Jerron bought his boots and his ducks, then I'll show you that he didn't duck. Why? You said, why, Bill? Why? Mm-hmm. Because he put an offer on the table, whether you don't disagree with it or not. Any fight that you fought after that in Japan, great knockout, highlight film knockout. Which one would have been bigger, beating Boots or beating the guy in Japan?
For sure, Boots.
Ain't no question. So the money would not be a problem if you already got it. The problem is if you've never gotten an offer, then that becomes the problem. If you've never got nothing to look at. So I said, man, why don't we knock it off, man? He says, no, it was a duck because I wanted this, I wanted that. And I said, all right, whatever. Well, then what about Devin? Would you fight Devin for the same thing that you wanted to fight Boots for? Let's get it cracking.
Right. Now, this is another thing because I want that fight, but it's another one. Have because y'all are ranked number 2 in the WBA, ranked number 1 in the WBC, and
we got listen for sure. We got places that in the Mount Rushmore of boxing that you definitely pursue for legacy, and you pursue for belts, and you can pursue to gain more of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's Devin Haney versus everybody, man. I put out the list. I stand on it, man. I ain't.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, they said that Pretty Boy was Pretty Boy because he called out everybody. Devin got the legacy, and he's an independent, and he's standing on business, and he calling out everybody. Giving not just calling them out, but giving them the opportunity to make their biggest payday. The thing that it's not no disrespect to his team. I just said that it was their biggest payday. That I know that the biggest payday is on the table for them.
Right.
So what are we talking about? If it ain't right and you ain't ready and you want to do something else and you want to go at Pacquiao, you want to do whatever, that's fine. I told him if you want to, that's what you want to do, that's fine. Everybody got moves that we can be making.
Right.
But I know Bozy, you know what I mean? I know Boost, and I know their commitment, I know their body of work doesn't say that you're ducking Brian Norman if you don't have nothing to gain from him. He has more to gain from fighting you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
If Boots is already big, he's big. He's not big as dead, but he's big. And It's a big fight later, so why play with it? I'm just trying to figure out what's all this play shit about. Why play with it? Every motherfucker that I put on the list is bad motor scooters. You dig? That's them busters. That's y'all in the comments, and y'all having a problem with trying to spin the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
You got to tell your companies, and you got to tell them you may as well talk for yourself, because if they were volunteering somebody that was going to be able to spin narratives, then you're mistaken. Not when you're going up against a motherfucker that's committed and been down, and y'all know who we are.
Yes, sir.
You know what's happening.
Absolutely.
Brian Norman, every time Brian Norman, when we were sparring and shit like that and all that, Brian Norman was on the side jumping rope.
Right.
He done seen us work. We ain't seen him work. I know he didn't. You know what I mean? Or if he done went out the building, or if he didn't, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know?
Right.
But I'm not diminishing the fact that he's a dangerous fighter that with a tremendous left hook that sent the nigga to the hospital, and the guy then lost his memory, and Devin said, cool. All that happened, all right, I want to fight him then.
Yeah. Hey, Debo Devin, huh?
Yeah, that's what he just had said. Because Little Richard Bitchin's son, you dig?
Right.
Said what he was going to do when he had the microphone. And that's the where I lose the understanding at. When you don't call through the same channels that's supporting you in your journey, you don't call back and give them the exclusives.
Right.
You want a motherfucker to overwork and do all that. No. The content creators and motherfuckers, they live on their own. They don't need no money. Nigga, you give them the real, they're going to do their thing with it. You give them the fake, then they got to think about it. You give them the real, they going to work. You give them the fake, they got to think about it.
Right.
So what everybody perceived the real to be is that my man was really looking for boots. And you really ran, you know what I mean? And all that. And the one thing I said you could have been, but you did get an offer from them people. The people didn't try to freeze you out, man. Nigga, we know where every aspect it is to be in the business. And I told his dad respectfully to you, for Dev, for my son to even pull up on you, nigga, we giving you a shot at it, nigga. Now you keep running with the narrative that you then ran boots, nigga. You know how many niggas that we done super bad niggas that in the life that we want to fight, starting from Robert Eastern and Adrian Boner and Mikey Garcia. Nigga, you better keep on working. Either you gonna fight, shut the fuck up. Nigga.
Right.
This ain't no motherfucking thing. Playing with these people or the brand. I can dig it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as I scour the universe and to take a look at everything the people are saying, I keep having to go back to the wonderful job Tom Wayne has done with providing him with someone that fits his highlight reel. You dig?
Yeah, the match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm saying until you beat Devin, but because Devin has a style that doesn't fit their matchmaking. That's all.
Right.
They picked that one. They didn't pick that. We picked them.
Right.
We put them on the list, but ultimately the people and their demands for the honorable mention, little Richard Richardson, he derailed the productive conversation with people that's on the list, respectfully.
Right.
So if I can understand that me, us, and Boots can get down later, then that's all the gentleman had to do. His dad, while I was celebrating their fight before the fight started, and I'm talking, and they've been on the list before he fought. So he told me, he said, hey, as soon as I go do this business, I'm going to call you. I said, hey, man, good luck. Although luck ain't going to play a part, it's going to be your skills, right? But so I told him, wished him well, and told him, handle his business. He said, okay, I'm going to call you after that.
Right.
The content creator said that I needed to be up at 8 a.m. to see that vicious knockout that he administered on the man that they ran in syndication at 8 a.m. And then Devin said, yeah, that's him then. That's him. He said, do not price yourself out, nigga. Do not. Now, they said the line of communication, they said that the line of communication was the daddy. I said, are you sure? Because Devin has said when he's not around, you know what I mean? Green light pops conversation. It's all good. We done ran through it 1,000 times. Devin Haney versus everybody. So, okay, I get it. Now, the man that called, he never called me back. He never did nothing. I pulled up on him the other day, last night, and I said, bro, stop talking about Boots. Boots ain't never even said your name, man. What is wrong with you, dog? Now you overdoing it. Bro, the man ain't never said your name. The man is ahead of you. He's hotter than you, man. God damn. Man ain't said your name, man.
Man.
I said Boots brand is known. Boots brand is known through the hardcores and in hip hop. It might not have crossed over to the other shit, but he brings it to the table. What's the name? His brand ain't crossed over. His brand ain't crossed over to urban, even if you're in Atlanta or whatever. They haven't embraced him that the way the Philly has embraced Boots, the way the hardcore is. So the brands. So all, as well as dude is talking intellectually about it, Mr. Clark, respectfully, he understands that his guy is not ready. Because if his guy was ready, then he would have taken all that Boots has and then some.
Right. So now with Boots going up to 154, that leaves 2 belts open at 147. Any interest in pursuing those belts, or are you looking to fight whoever comes available?
Well, we're giving them opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We're giving them opportunity because everywhere we go and whatever, you know what I mean, we know that everybody salute and all that. So anytime that we do it, we're giving the opportunity to the challenger. even though they're not representing what a challenger's supposed to be, we still have the challenger mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not about who's in boxing. It's about what boxing stands for and being on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. And in those times, everyone had those times, including Floyd, where he called out everybody and nobody meant nothing. They all looked the same.
Right. Yes, sir. Man, where you at out there? You out there in New York shaking and moving?
Hey, listen, man, shout out to the mighty LDBC. You know, I can keep on going with this because, you know, mine's run like a Uzi.
Yeah.
Overtime. You dig?
What's up? Bill called back in and cooked real quick and dipped on out of here. I think Bill in New York. I can hear that traffic in the background. I hear that traffic in the background. I think he in New York, shaking and moving. Yeah, don't nothing sound like New York, man. Them streets in New York, man. In the background. See, Pacquiao upsets Barrios. I don't know, man. He might do it. What's up, Brown Sugar Tay? Pacquiao might upset Barrios, man. But either way, these fights are on the table. They're available. There'll be a lot of talk about ducking and stuff like that going on in the sport of boxing. You just heard DHP, man. You just heard the Devin Haney's looking for all of the smoke. He ain't turning nothing down. He wants the biggest and baddest out there. This should be a good fight to make, an easy fight to make. It should be. What's up, Drink? So, yeah, man. Y'all smash that like button, share the video. I'm going to go down here and feed these kids real quick, man. But appreciate y'all joining me. Appreciate Trill Bill calling in. I'm going to try to get Brian Norman Senior on here sometime this week. I was trying to get him on here today. I'm going to try to get him on here sometime this week, man. And once he texts me back, and then we'll get to it. But 78 Sports TV, salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat, super chat, and everybody came through showing love. Appreciate y'all, man. We're up out of here. Deuces.